Hello everybody, this is Justin from Game On. This is me currently cleaning all the number 2 pine before I am getting ready to stain and build my new bookcase in my new apartment. We're going to talk a little bit about the bookcase in a little bit, but I do want to let you know that you really do want to clean the wood before you stain it. And I want to give a shout out to Rings End for the hookup on the wood and on the staining and staining products, because they helped me out a lot there. So what I'm doing is cleaning and now sanding down the wood, because if you're gonna stain pine or any wood, you really need to clean it and make the surface nice and rough so that the stain can actually stay in and soak into the wood. You will not see this because I didn't really record it, is that I did actually clean the wood one more time after I sanded it, because that's very important. Now, one next step that this is really important, a lot of people forget it, is that this is me conditioning the wood. I'm using Old Masters for almost all of this, except for the clean wood, which was the wood cleaning solvent I used. This helps open up the pores and allows for you can see me showing a little bit of test piece there. This helps the wood take stain, and if you don't use this, then the wood is going to look kind of gnarly and gross. I'm going to show you in a little bit what looks like when you don't precondition your wood before you stain it. But I'm going to be using gel wiping stain, and even though that this is sped up over 1,000%, this whole process to stain, to clean, to sand, to precondition, all that, I started Friday afternoon and I didn't finish until Sunday night. So this took a very long time. Actually, technically, Monday morning is when I finished with the poly coat at the end. But I really wanted to make a cool bookshelf for myself. And here I'm just kind of showing what the stain looks like. That's leaving it on for 5 minutes, that's leaving it on for 10, and that's leaving it on for 15. I sanded against the grain, so it looks kind of gross on that piece of wood. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like to not precondition your wood. And that's what happens when you leave it on for 15 minutes but you don't precondition. You can see the grain pattern a little bit more than you want to. So here's the next morning. This is after letting it dry overnight, and I am using a rag and a foam brush to put on the Old Masters gel wiping stain. And then, this is kind of well down the line, I let it sit for about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and then I wipe it off. And this stuff is messy stuff. You really want to wear glasses or gloves, maybe even safety glasses. And this was a challenge because I was doing it all by myself, even though you see my mom walking into the shot. She lives on the same property as I do. So that's what that's all about. But the stain actually came out really, really nice. And I really, really enjoy it. And this is the Monday morning. I am getting ready to do a poly coat with a polyester brush. Very, very good brush. I'm sorry about my boxers. I did not know that they were sticking out. I'm very embarrassed by that. But here we're going with the poly coat. I only put one poly coat on because I think that's the most important. We're not walking on it, and this isn't something that we're using, as like a chair or a table. So I decided to only put one coat on as opposed to two. Old Masters suggests 2 to 3 coats for a heavy use area, but since this is just going to have D&D books and board games, I just put one coat on. I am super, again, embarrassed by this. my boxer, so I'm sorry about that. But this took a long time as well. You can kind of see the sun changing its angle. This took a couple of hours because if you don't do it right and it drips, then you're going to get a lot of drippage when it dries. But now we're going to go into me in live time. So this multimedia case I bought online on Walmart. This was what was going to go into that space, but it was way too small. So now I'm kind of using it as a food pantry, because as you can now see, I mean this is just such a big area that little thing was not enough. So now I just have to wait for Matt to come and we will install it. And here we have Matt and I trying to get this thing leveled and set up. We wanted to square it up first. I kind of shot this a little bit out of order, so things might look a little bit funny. But the way what we're trying to do is we're trying to mark the brackets and put in the shelves to kind of keep the distance between the two column shelves that's holding up the side of the bookcase. We're just trying to get that all lined up here and drilled. So we pre-drilled all of these before we screwed in our heavy-duty decking screws. That's what you see Matt doing right there. I'm wearing my 80s laser glasses because I wanted to. And here we're just using these not hinges, these L brackets are just using small little screws that came with the L brackets. But what we're using to hold everything else in is ceramic coated decking screws because they are designed to hold people. So books can get heavy, and we decided that we really wanted to make sure that nothing bows, bends, or breaks. So we built these things heavy duty, and we ended up putting in, out of these two bookcases to make kind of this one big bookcase, I think we almost used all of them, and it was a pound of screws. So we really made sure that this thing wasn't going to fall over. And here we are kind of putting it in, making sure that everything is looking okay. And it seems to look pretty well. So we had that second one up, and this is actually a couple days later. Matt came back over to help put this one up, and we took our time and made sure it was good, and back to live.
Hi guys, welcome to Game On's new home.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah, we just finished work on this background shelf here and have stuffed some of Justin's gaming collection onto the shelf, which will also serve as our backdrop for many of our videos now because we're going to be filming here. Obviously it's still a work in progress, but we're feeling pretty good about hammering, screwing, nailing, staining, clamping this monstrosity together. So, just giving you a sneak peek.
Yeah. And we should have videos in front of this really soon.
Yeah, other than this goofy one that isn't doing anything except patting ourselves on the back for having built a shelf. But we just wanted to show you what is coming in terms of the new set, as it were, which we're pretty excited about, not just because of the shelf, but
yes.
Anyway.
And we won't be outside in the cold.
Yeah, we will only be outside when we want to be outside, because we have this space that is more photogenic than any of our living arrangements had previously been. So yeah, but pretty awesome.
If you have anything you want us to cover, please let us know in the comments below.
Oh yeah. As always, requests for the upcoming videos. We're already sort of planning a shooting schedule with the somewhat complete background now available. So tell us what you want to see. What you want to see first, what you never want to see, and we'll try to accommodate.
Thank you, Grandma. Thank you guys for everything. Don't forget to have fun.
Yes, Game On, like, subscribe, pass the word, all of that self-promoting stuff. But we're looking forward to shooting some more video with this in the background and getting to it real soon. We're getting back to a more regular schedule.
Huzzah!
We're pretty psyched.
Yes.
So, anyway, until then, guys.
Game on!
Game on.